Hello, Aries family. This month I am taking a breath. I'm really checking in with you all. I always do, but and let me give you your wink. But this is an important time. And I think March, we just need to have a little heart to heart. I was telling this to my Aries friends recently that I'm taking some extra time and attention and care with you all this month because I know a lot of you are freaked out because Chiron recently entered your sign and will be with you for several years. I know that Chiron kind of has this reputation of being a little scary because it has to do with wounds and it has to do with healing and it has to do with our knowledge and our self-love. It's a very complex energy. And I'm here to reassure you. I'm here to reassure you about what that transit means. And March is a time for you to really adjust to this new transit. I know that Uranus just left your sign. Also not a negative energy, but a revolutionary electrical energy, right? He is moving into Taurus on the 6th of this month. Basically during the Pisces new moon that will also be happening on the 6th, and the Mercury retrograde that will be happening on the 5th in Pisces. You can imagine that March 5th and 6th is going to be a bit of a sensitive time. Add that with the fact that it is 12th house energy for you. It's energy right before your birthday season. Happy birthday to the March Aries out there. I'm very excited for Aries season this year. It's going to be such a magical time. So you can imagine that this is a time of reassessment. This is a time of slowdown. This is a time of integration. And one of the first things that came to mind when I thought of you guys is don't rush to having it all figured out. I'm not saying you're going to have to move slowly through the world, but I think one of the things I've noticed with you all, and one of the things we often talk about in our readings, is that you feel this pressure on yourself to have it already figured out, to have it already answered to. It's like this self-fathering energy that comes with Aries where it's like you have to already have steps A through Z figured out before anything ever happens. And then you get really frustrated because that's not the way that the world works or energy works because you're not supposed to have all that information that far ahead of time. And if you did have that information that far ahead of time, it would fry your circuits. You wouldn't know what to do with it. It wouldn't be very useful and it would probably not even make sense. So, then you're feeling like you're constantly having to push yourself. So first things first, I'm going to start shuffling while we talk through this. Take those expectations off yourself right now. I'm going to tell you, take those expectations off yourself right now. You are starting a new energetic transit. That does affect the Aries family. That does affect your energy very directly, whether you're an Aries rising, an Aries moon, an Aries sun, 4 of Wands. Wow, I like it. That's what I'm talking about for the Aries family. Doesn't matter what prominent Aries placements you have, Chiron's going to be with you, right? What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm thinking about doing a Chiron and Uranus in these transits video series for each sign. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Because I think it would be really helpful just to have a little toolkit to add to the arsenal of what this overarching time will be. So what are we adjusting to here with Chiron in your sign? We're adjusting to looking at how our self-mythology really at a very deep level. Chiron was this centaur healer who couldn't heal himself, basically. It's a really fun mythology to look up. He was this very noble, giving, nurturing energy. He was happy to share his wisdom with others. He was a teacher, and he was a healer. But he was unable to heal himself. And so a lot of times the way that Chiron kind of shows up, and everybody has a chart placement for this, is that, it's where we feel we can't heal ourselves or where we feel we're stuck. But 4 of Swords, interesting. You're getting 4s here, culminating energy, rounding out energy. But Chiron is really a nurturer. And I think that's one of the misconceptions about that energy. I mean, he was a giver and a nurturer. He didn't see himself as a failure. And when Chiron is working through a part of our lives. For you, it's going to be a little bit more about your identity, about who you are, about how you move through the world. He's helping to figure out a way to nurture, to use what is perceived as this wound, as this lack, as this failure, as actually one of the deepest, most profound gifts you have to give to the world. And I don't think there's anything more beautiful than that. And I'm getting actually full body shivers as I say that, because Aries, I think you guys are so hard on yourselves. 4 of Cups. Oh my gosh. 3 4s all in a row. 4 is such a number of culmination. 8 of Swords popped out. It wanted to be a part of this conversation. And those cards are going to probably be in a lot of the readings this month. I just have this feeling. I don't know, actually. I haven't done a lot of them yet. Because Mercury retrograde in Pisces, it's time to dream. It's time to rest. It's time to integrate, and it is not time to fight that. And it is just our nervous systems are being asked to settle in and ground and have some peaceful breath to it. Truly. And I know you guys are ready. You guys are pumped. But part of this Mercury retrograde in Pisces is helping you adjust to this new Chiron transit that is in your house, and helping you to adjust your mental faculties to that, and to maybe take the edge off that critical nature. And then, of course, you know, we're heading right into your birthday season. We're heading into one of my favorite times of year, 3 of Swords, okay? You can see how there's some reassessment of what pain has been in your life and how that has shaped you, and where you're putting that mythology within the context of it. Are you making it the centerpiece, or are you making it a supportive leg in the journey, right? That's the question that we have to ask here in this context. So I'm still shuffling here. So when we get to your season, one wild thing that happens, we have another 0-degree full moon in Libra. So we've been having 0-degree full moons for months at this point. So just add on this next one to the list. And that's your relational sign, right? 10 of Cups. Look at, oh my gosh, you guys are having some wild things happening here, because look at that. This is 3 of Swords into 10 of Cups. This is exactly what Chiron does. It's a perceptual shift. It is a energetic shift. It's how we view the tool sets we've been given and where we remain. I mean, Chiron has the potential to be painful. Yeah, absolutely. If you are resistant, if you just do not want to change. At that Libra full moon in your relational sign, you can imagine that it's illuminating a lot about how you relate to others, a lot about how you share with others, a lot about how you show up. One thing I want to talk about too, just really briefly, with this Chiron energy affecting Aries, I've been talking I have a lot of fire signs in my life, and I am one too. You know, I'm a Leo sun, Sag rising. So I'm here with you, Aries. I really am. About the fact that if you're born into life as a fire sign or with a lot of fire influence, one of the things you have to learn, and we have to learn to expand out of and into in our lives, is that impatience and that hunger. That's a beautiful thing that we have, but it's just the skill set that's familiar to us. Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's something really profound going on with love and heart here. But one of our goals in this life is to understand some of these other ways. And you are being asked to do that consistently over time, right? And that will continue to be something that's asked of you. It's not to change you. It's not to shame your nature. It's to add on to it. It's to say, oh yeah, you have that drive. You have that ambition. You have that clarity of purpose. You know how to get in there and get things done and make the calls. But it's also but there's other ways that you can add on to that then allow you to morph through things like Mercury retrograde in Pisces and the world. Okay, let's pull one more, and then we're going to talk through these cards. And that's part of what's going on with this Chiron in your sign. It's making peace with your nature, with your ability to push forward and morph and make things happen. 3 of Cups. Lots of celebratory energy here at the top of the reading. So I love to see that for you guys. That ability to morph, that ability to make things happen, that ability to push forward. But we are also being asked here to look at where that's fitting into the whole picture and where you are holding old mythologies of yourself. Really, a lot of times Chiron helps us to reshape our understanding of ourselves and our soul and to reconnect with our noblest virtues. So let's talk about it. Okay, so you have all this culmination, introspective energy. In fact, Eight of Swords kind of goes a little bit more with this Three of Swords vibe because they kind of go in sequence here. So beginning of the month, what are we looking at here? The Four in tarot especially has a lot to do with, like I said, culmination. It's a culminating card, and each of these represents a different facet of that. The Four of Wands is definitely a relationship culmination. A lot of times this is represented as a celebratory union between two people, and that can just be in enjoying your relationship and celebrating it in some deeper level or having some kind of triumph within it. So I see that as a really beautiful thing. It's a sense that you've made it. You arrived somewhere that you knew was meant for you. And then we have the Four of Swords, the culmination of rest, the culmination of reflection, the culmination of meditation, the pause before a big new identity takes place. And a lot of times we perceive this as nothing's happening. Oh my gosh, nothing's ever going to happen again. But a lot of times what's going on there is you really actually have to integrate whatever came in that last energetic cycle. I mean, Chiron is just entering your sign. Uranus just is leaving your sign. Can you imagine what you need to do there to just let your system and your soul and your connection to source just readjust a little bit? Because that's one of the things I'm saying is that this month is definitely about a transition. We're in the hallway between one phase and another. And in that hallway is a very valuable part of the human experience. It's one we keep trying to skip because we think it's wrong. We think it's wrong to be in that hallway and somehow it's less valuable. But the reality is the hallways of our lives between different rooms, different landscapes, are huge bread and butter part of the experience. So we need to find a way to find peace with that. Once again, Chiron's going to be working with you on that. And then we have Four of Cups. Another one of these. Is anything going to happen? What's going on? And this is about emotional assessment, right? A lot of big things are about to come into the picture. And how you use this time can really be make or break in some ways, because on the one hand, you can sit there and just be like, I'm just over this. I don't want to do this anymore. And the other way you can look at it is, I can feel this coming. Good thing I have a moment to culminate and check in with my heart. Because Aries, that's one of the things you kind of forget to do when you get this demanding A to Z, I need to have all the steps list. You stop listening to your heart, that big gushy heart, and you just push and push and push on yourselves. On yourselves. Doesn't feel very good, does it? So you're being asked to soften, right? I mean, I know I told you last month, I've heard from many Aries about how it's about grounding, and everybody's been just like, oh, how much more grounding can we possibly do? There's always room for grounding. I will be real honest with you right now. There is always room for grounding, especially for fire signs. We need it. But here's the thing, there's actually something going on here very specific. You know, with all these culmination fours, you are being directed toward a Four of Wands, joy. But it does require letting go of past heartache. People who maybe did leave you behind in the dust. People who maybe did judge you for your way of being. People who were disappointed in you or who you felt disappointed in, right? The things that were painful. Now you may be held here for a moment before your birthday begins, because Pisces season for Aries is always this time of reflection. I mean, it goes deep. It goes really deep, and it can feel kind of overwhelming to the system when Pisces season is going on for Aries. I'm feeling it too, by the way, you guys. Oh my gosh. We're like a few days into this energetic period with Pisces, and oh my gosh, it is wild. At any rate, let's get back to this. So what is it that you're holding there? What expectation, what old narrative, what person, what identity are you holding there? Because the thing with these two cards is you are being asked to release them. When they show up, it's not about going deeper into this. It's about saying, oh, I see. I don't need that right now. And yes, Eight of Swords is about feeling the fog. It is about being like, you don't have the next step, you don't have the next answer, you don't have that instruction slip from your spirit council that gives you all the information. Because if you got that slip from spirit council that gives you all the information, I guarantee you, you wouldn't be able to understand the writing or what it's saying. At any rate, there's some kind of pain you've got to let go of. Now, as soon as you do that, as soon as you say, let's do it, oh, you guys have some good stuff coming up, because look at this. I mean, hello. Love, partnership, people in your life who get you, things to celebrate. This is about marriage. This is about family. This is about projects coming to fruition. This is about moving through the world the way that you like to move through the world. Even though this is Cups energy, this is so much about celebration, sharing, and understanding. And that's where I'm saying, like, this Chiron energy could actually be potentially the thing that actually brings you closer to people. It has the potential to revolutionize the way you're relating. It has the potential to help you feel so much more that you are in community and that you are connected and that you are seen for who you truly are. It has the potential to bring you to richer, deeper heights. But it does require you taking that to-do list off of your shoulders. It does require shifting a little bit into this other space, this other energetic way of being that I've been talking to you about for a long time, and which now is time to begin. The Mercury retrogrades aren't happening in fire signs anymore. They're happening in water signs. So we're checking on a different part of our charts. We're checking on different parts of our beings. And so now it's no longer about just slowing down as like the way you move through the world. It's about checking in with your intuition consistently. But there's something going on here with you guys meeting community, meeting the loves of your lives, meeting other soul family that connect with you and that light you up. This is about stepping into new career goals and new relationships, new spaces, new places to celebrate. Now, this is what this transit is really going to be about, and that's what these cards are telling me right now, actually, very clearly. This is going to be an era for you over the next several years of building this. And this month, you are just dipping your toes into the beginning of it. The beginning feelings of it. You're not going to get all of your direction sheets this month, because once again, even 6 months from now, the directions and the highlights and the excitement that you're going to have it's going to blow your mind how quickly things change. It's going to blow your mind how quickly it goes from being, oh, today I'm so frustrated, I wish this project would go through, I wish that I would meet that person, I wish I could find that house, to it's here and you're living it. It's fast. It's very, very fast. The key is to release yourself from that relentless expectation, that harshness that you put on yourself. That's it. It's not about literally slowing down. It's not about stop making those phone calls or stop creating the material. Not at all. Not even close. In fact, you will probably find that you are more creatively inclined than ever, more interested and intrigued in building than ever. But deep down, there's this other thing going on, which is releasing you from why you're doing it the way that you've been doing it. Releasing yourself from those expectations that are just harsh and hard, and that if you don't play that Aries role all the time, 100% of the time, in the way you feel that you've been born to play it, that somehow you're failing yourself and everybody else. And then why does everybody judge you for playing the role that you know you're good at and that you're supposed to be doing? And then why am I sitting here telling you to slow down? And it just all feels awful. It's because there's this deep expectation that you're actually holding that feels relentless. And that's what Chiron wants to heal for the Aries family. I'm going to get teary if I think about it too much. It's about doing things out of that joyful heart that you have, right? That's how we want to use that passionate fire, that directional fire. So you're getting the beginning tastes of this. And yes, some of you are really going to meet some amazing people this month. Some of you are really going to tap into some beautiful communities this month. Take it in, enjoy it. This is going to be amazing. And yes, you will be shedding old hurts. And yes, you will have days where it will feel really poignant that you look back on something that you've lost or something that's changed. And that's beautiful. So roll with it. I love you guys so much. You can find me on my website at SARAHTAROT.com. You can also find me on Instagram at SarahVerba. I did just switch my handle to my name, so don't let that confuse you. I will leave that info in the description box. You can book an appointment with me. I'm booking into June and July, I believe, at the moment, so you'll have to click ahead in my calendar and plan ahead a little bit, but I would love to see your shining, wonderful faces in a Skype session with you. I also want to tell you about a couple of my really dear friends who mean so much to me. PinkLune, of course, who I've worked with for a couple of years now. She is just such an amazing gift to me in my life. I love to just tell you about her because I believe in what she does, and she makes beautiful, handmade, ethically sourced stuff, so check her out, 15% off. I also want to tell you about my other very dear friend, Taylor, who is this amazing social media, holistic business coach who can really help you get your head around what the game plan is going to be for your business and utilizing online platforms and the way you're connecting with that. She's really great at giving you that practical and real advice, and also in finding ways to express yourself. So if you're looking for that person to kind of coach you through that, I'm going to leave her website and her Instagram below. You can go check her out. She's got a heart of gold. And she's a Virgo moon, so she's very thorough. And I trust her. I've been working with her recently. So go check her out. I just love to share the friends that I love in the world with you guys, connect people and find the right people that can help each other. So I hope you guys will go check those out if that's something that you're into. I love you guys so much. I hope you have beautiful birthdays. I will see you in April for more of the Aries magic. You have no idea how excited I am for Aries season and to do the Aries readings and in Aries energy. It's going to be so much fun. I love you guys to the moon and back. You know how I feel about Aries. You all light my life up and give me the charge that I need. I will see you in April. Have a beautiful March.